another watch along. The Toronto Maple Leafs versus the Washington Capitals on American Thanksgiving weekend. It should be another pretty good game. Both teams are feeling all right, I think, heading into this one. Definitely the Leafs not feeling as good as the Washington Capitals. We have the lineups on screen for you guys there. I want to get into some interesting storylines before the game starts in just a few minutes. They're going to go through the anthems and obviously player introductions in just a few minutes. Puck drop is roughly 5 to 7 minutes away, so we will go right to it and we will be watching along here. What's up, Jose? Nice to see everybody here. And for all of our American viewers on the channel, because I know there's some American Leaf fans, come on now, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I hope you guys are having a great Thanksgiving weekend, and I'm very thankful for all you guys here on the channel who watch all of our content, all of our videos every day, our live streams, all that stuff. Everyone who's along with us for the ride last playoff. Should be a lot of fun. So a couple things to look forward to today, and we'll go through the out-of-town scoreboard first as well as we wait for this game to get underway. We have a lot of games in the NHL tonight. We have 15 games on the schedule, only 2 teams not in action today. We have the Avalanche up 1-0 against the Wild. We have the Devils up 1-0 against the Sabres. That one is about to kick off the second period. First intermission, the Flames and the Panthers are tied 2-2, which is good for the Toronto Maple Leafs. In the first intermission, the Flyers up 2-0 over the Islanders. Senators are tied 0-0 with the Blues. The Blues have been one of the worst teams in the NHL. That one's starting in the second. First intermission, Montreal Canadiens 1-0 over the Vegas Golden Knights. Zach Bolduc has that goal. The LA Kings are up 1-0. Vancouver and San Jose are tied 1-1. Leafs and Caps about to get underway, and then there's a plethora of other games that are getting underway into the evening. We also have the Lightning winning 6-3 over the Red Wings, which has major implications for the Leafs and the Atlantic Division, and the Rangers beating the Bruins, which is good for the Toronto Maple Leafs as well in that Atlantic Division, 6-2 earlier this afternoon. So some crazy scores around the league so far this year, today, I should say, and this year. I guess it's been a weird year, but we're about to kick off here with the game just after 5 o'clock local time. 5 o'clock puck drop is what they said, but it's going to be like 5:05, 5:07, something like that. And we'll be here to watch along. As you can see the lineups here, we're going to get into it. Let's get into some interesting stuff here before the game starts. So you can see this Leafs lines during warm-up. This is interesting. We have Nyes, Matthews, Robertson. Very different from yesterday. Robertson's up on the top line. You have Cowan on the left, Tavares and McMahon. And the reason that that line is together is because William Nylander is out of the lineup tonight, so he's missing this game with an illness. You know, they didn't really get too far into it, but you know, he was off yesterday due to maintenance. They said it had nothing to do with the fact that he was off practice yesterday, so that is pretty interesting. So we're gonna keep an eye on that. But the biggest storyline heading to this game is, even though, and if you watched our video earlier, even though William Nylander is not playing tonight, because we were talking about what does the lineup look like even without him, there were some placeholders. Even with him out of the lineup tonight, Max Domi is a healthy scratch in this game against Washington. He will not play. Matthias Michelli is factoring back in, and we have that third line that was really good and really effective in the preseason back together with Nicolas Waugh and Dakota Joshua on that third line. You have Lorentz, Yarncroke, and Lawton up the middle on the fourth line, and then the defense looks pretty much the same. Wool is starting, which means Hildeby will probably go tomorrow, so that is going to, you know, be something to keep an eye on as well. So some interesting storylines going into this game. That is for sure. Max Domi is a healthy scratch. We got Nyes, Matthews, and Robertson. We have Cowan, Tavares, McMahon. Let's get into a few other things here. William Nylander out due to illness, Craig Berube says. Didn't really expand on anything other than that. And then we have William Nylander also. Wanted to get into this. Who is going to score in this game? Let's get some predictions going. Shout out to everybody who's in the chat so far. Who's going to score in this game? Because William Nylander is the second player in Leafs history with 10+ goals and 20+ assists in his first 20 games of a season. So he's been off to an electric start. He's been the one, you know, scoring all the goals for this team. Him and John Tavares. Tavares obviously in the lineup today. You got Matthews in there. You're hoping he gets on the board. Cowan's looked pretty good. But you don't have William Nylander in this game. So who is going to be scoring the goals for the Toronto Maple Leafs? Be interesting to keep an eye on. As you can see the lineup in the bottom corner there, the player to watch is Nick Robertson according to TSN, so that should be an interesting one. And before we kick off here, the game is about to start in just a couple minutes, probably like 2 minutes from now. We will be getting puck drop. I just want to mention, as you can see in the bottom right there, 23,511 subscribers. Our goal by the end of tonight is to hit 23,550. That is the goal by the end of tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So if you can hit that subscribe button if you're new here, you get to stay up to date with everything that's going on with the Leafs. And even if you're not a Leafs fan, we appreciate the subscription as well. That's a lot of fun. So thank you guys for all the support over the course of the season. It has been a tough season to cover so far. That is for sure. That it has not been not been fun so far. But let's do a little bit of a roll call. Anybody who's in here, where are you guys watching from? I know there's going to be a lot of American viewers as well. Some people from Washington, I'm sure. Chris Ribeiro saying, go Leafs, go. Go Leafs, go. Hope Mills also saying, go Leafs, go. Jose, nice to see you in here today as well. Haven't seen you in a bit. We also haven't been live streaming. We will, obviously, like last year, pick it up near the end of the season a little bit more. But, things have been a little bit busy, so... Game is about to get going here. Should be an exciting one. Who scores the first goal for the Toronto Maple Leafs? Windsor, Ontario. Watching from Windsor, Ontario. A lot of people in different places watching along. If you're watching from the United States, let me know as well. Happy Thanksgiving to all of our American viewers as well. And we're heading towards the end of Movember as well, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on, Noah? Nice to see you in here. Shout out to Noah. Got the panel on right now. I believe the puck is about to drop in just a moment. We will be following along. Austin Matthews gets on the board first for the Toronto Maple Leafs. That would be ideal. I think he needs to get going. He hit a post last game. He hasn't looked as effective offensively. He really hasn't this year. He's taking a lot of defensive zone faceoffs as well. His deployment has been weird this year. Shout out Craig Rube. But, we ride. We ride. We ride. Noah says, I got Matthews scoring the first goal. We got 2 Matthews. Nice to see you, Noah. Thank you. Appreciate that. Got 2 Matthews here in the chat. From the U.S., unfortunately. That's an interesting one. Shout out, though. Shout out to you for watching. Appreciate you. And we're about to kick things off here. I love it. They just headed to a commercial break, so should be kicking off here very shortly in just a few minutes. Don't understand, and I'll say it. I said it on the last watch along I did. I don't understand why the NHL says 5 o'clock puck drop. Shout out JC, go Leafs, go. Why they say 5 o'clock puck drop and it doesn't drop at 5 o'clock. It's always 5:10, 5:09, 5:08, whenever the national anthem ends, whenever we feel like. It's never the time you said to tune in to the game. I'm going to start starting these 10 minutes later when we do watch alongs. As you can see with the standings at the bottom, by the way, on the ticker, the standings are very tight. The Leafs win this game, you're hopping up a couple spots. So standings are very tight. Any Leafs content I try to watch, and also love Jay's content too. If you love the Jays, go check out Nick, co-host here on Leafs Digest. He does Jays Digest as well. Lots going on over there. They just got and signed Dylan Cease. Insane. I thought that was a fake tweet when I saw that. Absolutely insane. That team is going back to the World Series next year. That is super exciting. Can't wait for that. JC saying, go, go, go. Go Leafs. Go Leafs, go. Go Leafs, go, baby. Big game against Washington Capitals here. Try to pick up 2 points here. Without William Nylander today. Nylander is not in the lineup. He is not a healthy scratch. He is missing due to illness that apparently has nothing to do with the fact that he didn't practice yesterday. Interesting turn of events. I wonder if he missed practice because he wasn't feeling well. Your starting goaltenders, Joseph Woll versus Logan Thompson. Thompson has played 16 games. Woll has played 5 games. Woll has a .921 save percentage. Holy smokes. Thompson has a .912 save percentage. Woll has a .921 and a .274 goals against average. He's been unbelievable this year since coming back in his 5 games. They need to get this guy a win. Puck drop is just mere moments away, ladies and gentlemen. Very excited for the start of this one. Let's get it going. Let's drop this puck. Here we go. JC saying, who does not like the Leafs? There are some people out there. I see you guys in the comments. Leafs need to win. This is a big game for the Leafs. Oh, Washington is wearing their reverse retros. I dig these jerseys. Also, former Maple Leaf Rasmus Sandin on the team. Rasmus Sandin. Who would you say was the best trade rumor? I feel like the Leafs are going to sell off a player rather than acquire a player at this point. Max Domi not playing today. Message sent. Message sent. Darren McNeil is saying, I am not too optimistic. And fourth line starting tonight for the Toronto Maple Leafs against the first line of the Washington Capitals. Puck is down. We are underway here in the first period. Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C. Wool just gave the puck away. Good start, boys. Good start. So the Leafs start their fourth line with a defense pairing of Morgan Riley and OEL. Washington with sustained pressure. That looks in. It's in the net, but they're waving it off. They waved it off, but the puck was in the net. Washington has scored. Washington has scored 20 seconds in. It is 1-0 Wash. I think. They waved it off. They blew the whistle. They blew the whistle before the puck went in. They did blow the whistle before the puck went in. What is the call here, though? Mike Johnson saying that... Can you call that continuation? I don't think you can. No goal. Calling the ice is no goal. 2 shots on goal for the Washington Capitals, 20 seconds in. Calling... It didn't. It wasn't going to continue across the line. It wasn't going to continue across the line. No goal. No goal. No way they call that a goal. There's no way they call that a goal. What an eventful start to this one, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, yeah, they're spending more, Noah. They're, Do we want Tucker or Bichette? I'm thinking Bichette. I don't think you mess with team chemistry like that. And I think Bichette is, yeah, I think you need him. No goal. No goal. Whistle went. No continuation. The puck was dead. The puck was sitting down. It wasn't going in. It died. Blasting that goal horn, though, huh? Blasting that thing. Wanted it to be a goal, didn't they? Waved it off. No goal. Heading for a face-off here. Bad start. Bad start. Yeah, they blew the whistle before. No goal on the play here. Yeah. They shouldn't have blown the whistle, I agree, but you did. So worried about Bo's knee and if he'll run the same. Yeah, it's a tough injury he's coming back from. He also re-aggravated it in the postseason as well. Hey, what's up, Joshua? Nice to see you in here as well. It's been a while. It's been a while. Still trying to go live after games, but figured, you know, earlier start, Thanksgiving. We'd go live during one today. They're arguing this. The Washington bench is arguing this, but the whistle blows and the puck is dead before it's put in. Well before it's in, this whistle goes. Well before it's put in the net. The fans are chanting, "Ref, you suck," which, I mean, it's a tough play. Leafs first line now out. Matthews, Nyes, and Nick Robertson are out there on the ice now. Another stop and play here. I had this AI trade deal. Utah receives Max Domi and Philippe Meyer, and Toronto receives Brandon Carlo and picks. The Leafs already have Brandon Carlo. Puck is going... Whoa. Looked like it was going for icing. Good forecheck by Matthews there. Keeps the play alive. Here's Matthew Nyes on the play. I didn't realize this as well, guys. I know he missed 11 days on the IR, but Matthew Nyes hasn't scored in a month. Robertson in front of Matthews just missed. The wingers are in the right place and the right time for the Washington Capitals. Wow, Washington is feeling a nice touch passes into the area. Robertson chips it down. And it goes for icing. That is a tough one. Let's go. Go Leafs, go. Shots are 4-0 for the Washington Capitals so far. All refs suck in every league. Yeah, I agree with that. It's a tough job, though. I don't envy them. It's a tough one. Tough job. Robertson being physical already. Toronto starts to change. I think Robertson... No, he did not ice it again. Okay, we're good. We are good. Did not ice it once again. Let's go Leafs. Trade rumors. Leafs looking at Alex Tuck and Bowen Byram, Josh Doan, and Matthias Samuelsson on the Sabres. Josh Doan would be a tough pickup because he is a good player. Big save by Wool. And the puck is out of the zone. McMahon carrying the puck out. Josh Doan would be a tough one because Shane Doan works for the organization, so you know how that would go. I like some of those other players, though. Like, Alex Tuck would be a fantastic pickup. For literally any team that wants Alex Tuck, if they pick him up, difference maker. Here's Easton Cowan on the forecheck. Wins the puck. John Tavares helping out. Picks back up by the Washington Capitals out to center and into the Leafs zone behind Morgan Riley. Morgan Riley going behind the net to pick it up. Got 17:38 left here in the first period. As the game has just started. Shots are 5-0 for the Washington Capitals. So good start for the Leafs here. Again, we've got a new look third line. And when I say new look, it's very similar to the preseason with Nicolas Waugh in the center, Matthias Michelli on the right, Dakota Joshua on the left. Noah saying he would have preferred Tucker, but never thought about the chemistry. Yeah, sometimes I think, like, if you get rid of Bichette, like, what happens to the team's, like, psyche? What happens to the morale, you know? Here comes Dakota Joshua speeding in off the left wing. He has to respond big. In a big way in this game. He has to. OEL to the side. Shot, scores! Scores! Morgan Riley. The Leafs are on the board. 1-0 Leafs. Morgan Riley with a shot from the half wall. On the first shot of the game. Over the shoulder. The Leafs are up 1-0. What a shot. What a shot by Morgan Riley. Let's get a Go Leafs Go in the chat. Go Leafs Go. First shot of the game. Morgan Riley makes it 1-0 Maple Leafs. Hopefully that keeps up. Morgan Riley, what a shot. He's been great offensively this year. Great season from him offensively. I want to make that very clear. Big, big goal after a tough start to the game and being scored on after it didn't count, of course, but big, big start to the game for the Leafs here. Love to see that. Let's get it going. Puck is down, and we're back to work. Let's get Go Leafs Go in the chat here. Here's Robertson out to center. Whoa, Matthews goes knee on knee with somebody there. It wasn't that bad. I'm exaggerating a little bit by saying knee on knee. Shout out to everybody watching in here. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button if you want to stay up to date with everything that's happening with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Even if you don't like them, we see you guys in the comments every day as well, so you might as well stick around. Appreciate you guys. Goal animations in this stream as well. Credit to Famous Goal Horns on YouTube. Very generous for him to allow me to use it here on the stream. So shout out to him. He does the best work with that stuff, accurate stuff every single season. So shout out to him. Appreciate him allowing me to use this stuff here on the stream. He's an absolute beauty. So appreciate that. Dylan Strome into the zone. Controls the puck. Loses the puck. It's back out the center. Leafs fourth line is out there with Yarncroke, Lawton, and Lorentz. Lord Stanley Cup is saying, would Nick Robertson be traded? Honestly, yeah, I could see it happening. He's been playing well, though. No reason to trade him yet. The team is kind of in a funk, so leave him for now, but I could see him being traded for sure, yep. Leonard taking it back into the zone for the Caps. He kind of looked like he was going to do the lacrosse move. Nick Jensen slap shot, big save by Joseph Vol. Shots are now 6-1 for the Washington Capitals. 7-1 for the Washington Capitals. We got a break in play here. I believe it was played with a high stick. So we have a break in play, I do believe. No penalty on the play. Oh, yeah, that was a bad play by Logan Thompson on that. Just sifts it in there. He's not covering the post. He doesn't even know where the puck is. Logan Thompson. Watch this goal back if you guys haven't. Logan Thompson doesn't know where the puck is. Man, he thinks it's at the point. Well done. Well done. Great screen in front. Well done. Alex Ovechkin with the lacrosse goal. He's not built for that. Just give him one-timers. You'll ping him in from the circle. Got a face-off coming up here. Just outside the Leafs zone. Shots are now 8-1 for Washington. Leafs lead 1-0. Pretty crazy turn of events here to start. Washington opens the scoring. It's waved off because they blew the whistle. They are bearing the Leafs in terms of shots and chances, and the Leafs score on their first shot. It's 1-0 Maple Leafs. Leafs third line is back out there with Michelli, Waugh, and Dakota Joshua. Back to the point. Benoit takes a shot. That's off the shoulder and wide. Some of the Leafs that have been, you know, asked to play better look better so far this game. So I'm liking it. I'm liking it so far. Nylander is also not in this game for those of you who are just tuning in. Nylander not playing in this one. Leafs are skating a little bit better in this game, that is for sure. Whoa, McMichael shoots that off the... Might have been the post. Just missed. But remains 1-0. Joseph Vol has been brilliant so far. They also took a shot away from the Washington Capitals, so shots are now 7-1. Oh, sort of shot it right off the Justin Sordiv shoots it off the crossbar. And we're back. Washington is dominating this game. Like, stop me if you've heard this before so far for the Leafs this year. Washington's dominating in terms of puck possession, shots, and chances. They're just tossing biscuits at the net. Oh, Affection with a one-timer from Narnia over there. Washington keeps it in. Sustained pressure here. Leafs are pinned. Crowd is into it. Leafs clear. Lawton dumps it in. Good play. Good play. Get a change. Get a change. Good play. Keep it simple. That's what Berube wants. Whether you like it or you don't like it. Oh, Michelli with a horrendous spinorama backhand turnover. Seen that once or twice before from a Leaf. Had a 6 in his number as well. Protas coming in off the left side. Kicks it back to the point, low to high. Sandin puts it back in behind the net. Protas making moves behind the net. One-timer in front. Big save by Joseph Woll. Keeping it 1-0 Leafs. Shots are now 9-1 for the Washington Capitals. Dakota Joshua gets the puck in deep. He's trying to disrupt things, use his body. That's what Craig River wants, but he's headed off for a change. Second line back out. John Tavares, Bobby McMahon, and Easton Cowan on the ice now. .12 minutes left in the first period. Excuse me. McMichael with a shot off the rush. Big save by Joseph Woll again. Shots are now 9. Whoa! Leonard with the puck. Capitals are dominating puck possession here. What is that play by Bobby McMahon? Just horrendous. Let your man have the puck. You had help there. Gets it in deep. Come on, Cowan. Cowan in on the forecheck. Leafs a little discombobulated here in the offensive zone. McCabe dumps it in. Matthews gets the puck to Benoit. Benoit dumps it in. Nick Robertson first on the puck. He wins his battle. Down low to Matthew Nyes. Nyes back to Robertson. Robertson spins, gives it away. The Leafs are 7-3 against the Washington Capitals in their last 10 games. Shots are 9-1 for the Washington Capitals. Stetcher gets it in deep. Leafs will change. Leafs fourth line is back on the ice. Great play by Lawton. You got to get that back to Lawton. Come on, move your feet, boys. It's the problem. This is the problem. They put it in deep. They don't chase it. You put it in deep, you give it away. Been doing it. Nick Robertson for Rickard Rakell on the Penguins. Wouldn't mind that. Man, if they would make that trade, I would do that if I was the Leafs. Rickard Rakell puts up more points than Robertson does. About 70 points a year. He's good for 65 points a year, I would say. It's more than Robertson's maybe 30. Not even. That might be generous. No ice on the play. We are surely headed for a commercial here if there is a whistle. Keep in mind. Here comes the Leafs' third line rushing through. Oh, bad turnover by Michelli at the line. You know, Berube's got the... Joshua does look better tonight so far. He's throwing the body around. He's making plays. Wall also looks pretty good. Let's get going here. Get that puck in deep. Let's go chase, boys. See, I don't mind that play. Carry it into the zone, then chip it in, then go chase. Disrupt. Get a change. I don't mind that play. Good play by Easton Cowan there. Good read. Intercepts the puck. Good little play there by the boys. Riley shoots it wide. McMahon's chasing after the puck. Let's get some Go Leafs Go in the chat here. Let's get the boys going. They're on the road, 6-game road trip in the middle of it right here. Trying to get the boys going. In spirit. Let's get a Go Leafs Go in the chat. Got about 8 minutes and 30 seconds left here. Good keep by Stetcher at the line. Nice keeps it alive to Nick Robertson. See, Caps dump it in. They chase. They want that puck. Robertson's getting it into the zone. He dumps it in. Hey, Prophet, what's going on? Nice to see you on this Friday afternoon, I guess, evening. Sure. Something like that. Nice, puts it in deep. Here goes Yarncroke chasing. Thompson plays it behind the net. What's up, Prophet? Nice to see you still in here, Joshua. Big save by Wall. Such a big save that they put a goal up on the board for the Caps. Oh, giveaway through the middle. Here comes Scott Lawton on a breakaway. He's got a breakaway. Tries to go 5-0. Big save by Logan Thompson. That was the weirdest turn of events. And a giveaway through the middle of the ice. And Lawton keeps it alive. That was weird. They put up a goal for the Caps on the board, and then Lawton gets a breakaway, tries to put a 5-0. Nothing given. Nothing given. Where's everyone watching from? Let's do a roll call. Where is everyone watching this game from? I know Leaf fans are absolutely everywhere across Canada, Ontario, even the United States. Happy Thanksgiving if you're in the States. Or if you're a Washington Capitals fan watching this. Last one, I did one of these. We had a lot of people from Pittsburgh in here. Well, big hit on Joshua from Tom Wilson? Jacob Chikrin. Silly Lily says, go Caps. Oh boy, right through the middle. Bad giveaway. Oh, and nothing coming of it. Wall looks like he's on the ball today. Shots 10-1 for the Washington Capitals. Leafs up 1-0. 5:50 left in the first. Hardly any whistles after the first couple. McMahon shoots it. That's a turnover. Gray is saying Ontario, fan of both teams though. Shout out to you. Rebel from Morrisburg, Ontario. Shout out, Josh. No Profit, I'm right there with you. I think Michelli should be given a better opportunity. I don't know how a guy who is supposed to create can create when you're playing 6 minutes a night and in a grinding position. Like as a, in that grinding role. Whoa, how did that puck just die on the line like that? That was weird. Oh yeah, they haven't shoveled the ice, so I guess it just died. Crazy. Got about 5 minutes left here in the first period. This is a quick one going so far. Game did start a bit late, though. Nice grabs the puck. Nice little play. He's trying to go between the legs. Not sure what that was. Throws across. Ring. Could have been too many men. It's not. Ooh, one-timer just missed by Morgan Riley. OEL's been awesome so far this year as well. Let me know your thoughts on OEL in the chat. Just a reminder, there's no William Nylander in this game. He's missing due to an illness. And Max Domi also a healthy scratch today. Which I would say is deserved with his play. Very vanilla. Riley with another shot on goal. Riley Fantasy Havers rejoice. He's having a good game. He's having a good offensive game. Leafs have really kicked it into gear here in the second half of this period. On the fly. Really flowing right now. Looks good. They're creating chances. A little bit too much back and forth for my liking, but like too many rush chances. Want some sustained pressure. Joshua with a pretty big hit. Nice play by Watt at the line, but it gets blocked. 4 minutes, just under 4 minutes here in the first. Puck goes in. Good flow to this game. No whistles. It's awesome. Let's finish this period off. Will stops it behind the net. Gets out to the point to Easton Cowan. Up to John Tavares. John Tavares streaking into the zone. Back to Cowan. That was a nice shot. Broke his stick. Tavares to the front of the net. He's trying to... Oh! That was close. Troy Stetcher keeping it alive. This is good pace from the Leafs. This is good. Sustained pressure now. Good second half of this period for the Toronto Maple Leafs. At the point, back to JT. One-timer. Big save by Logan Thompson on the side of the net. Cowan throws it in front. No stick. Tavares trying to get it. Nobody gets it. It's flipped out. This might go for icing, and it is. And that is our first whistle in a while. In a while. Holy smokes. I think that's our first whistle since like the 15-minute mark. That is crazy. Are they not going to commercial? Is there something with Thanksgiving today that we're not going to commercial? I'm interested to see if that's a thing. If anyone has any insight into that, I feel like that's something I should know, but Leafs. Let's go, Leafs. Go, Leafs, go. Mikey Reynolds is watching from Godrich. Shout out to you, Mikey Reynolds. Face off in the Washington Capital zone. The shots are now 10-5 for Washington, so the Leafs picked it up here in the second half of the period. This is a good second half of the period. Matthews in on the forecheck. It looks like he has a bit more pep in his step tonight. This looks like it's going for icing again, and it is icing for the Maple Leafs against the Capitals. Face off to the right of Logan Thompson. Offensive zone face off for the Leafs here off this icing. Puck is down. Washington controls. I think this is going for icing again. This is gone for icing once again. Got a face-off coming to the right of Logan Thompson once again. Deflection in front. OEL's shot from the point. Morgan Rielly gets it back. Washington's making a change. Leafs are trying to counterattack quickly. Rielly through the neutral zone. He puts it in deep. Nobody goes to chase it again. Awful. It's crazy to me how, like, the dump and chase is, like, the oldest system in the game, probably. And so many players just don't know how to do it anymore. And as a team, it just works so well, I think. In certain situations. Shots are 10-5. Just under 2 minutes here in left in the first period. JT on a half rush here. He's 1-on-3. We know how that turns out usually. He can win that battle. Back to the point. Deflection. Oh, off the crossbar. I thought that went in. I don't know who deflected that, but I thought that went in. It might have been Easton Cowan that got a piece of that. Just missed on that one. Troy Stetcher up the wall. 1 minute remaining here in the first. Michael takes a shot. It's wide. Goes out to the point. Sandin can't keep it in. Nicolas Waugh chasing. Michelli. Yeah, free of commercial breaks. They just mentioned on the TSN broadcast. I don't know if this is a first period thing. Back behind the net. Michelli chasing. Played it physical. Okay, here we go. Keeps the puck alive in the offensive zone. Yeah, Murmis almost got that. I do believe it was deflected in front. About 10 seconds left here in the first period. Time is wrapping up. Very good period for the Leafs, it turned out. Very good period. That was an odd first period. That was quick. There was no commercial breaks. Leafs are up 1-0 on their first shot. Washington scored 20 seconds in. It was called back. Washington leads in shots 10-5. Weird first period. Profit. I will answer your question. Darius, in your opinion, who's the better passer, Domi or Michelli? I think Michelli has... of course, I'm going to make this a complicated answer, as I always do. Michelli, to me, has better vision. He has better vision, personally. I think he sees the ice better. He'll make some interesting passes where you think that he didn't have the angle and he can get it tape to tape. So I think he has that ability. He has better vision. Domi, I think, is a better technical passer. Domi has better saucer passes. Domi, if it's wide, not wide open, but if the pass is there and you can see that it's there, Domi is more of that guy. Like, he'll get you the puck and he can get creative with his passes, more finesse, stuff like that. But yeah, that was the fastest first period I've ever seen. That was crazy. That was 20 minutes, I think. That was almost exactly a 20-minute period. That was like a 25-minute period. That was insane. So yeah, I think Michelli has better vision, but I think that Domi's a better technical passer, like in terms of skill set. I don't know if that makes sense, but Michelli does have better vision, I think. End of the first period here, 1-0 Maple Leafs. Washington up 10-5 in terms of shots. We're getting up for a second period here. I wonder if we're going to have any commercial breaks in the second. I am going to take a quick break here. I'll be back in just a few minutes, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see in the bottom right, and I'll get to any questions. Throw some questions in the chat. I will be right back in just a few minutes. As you can see in the bottom right, 23,512 subscribers. Our goal at the end of the night, 23,550. So if you're new here, if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. You get to stay up to date with everything that's going on with the Toronto Maple Leafs, even if you don't like them, because we know you guys are here. So why not hit that subscribe button anyway? With that being said, I'll be right back in just a few minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy some music. I'll play some music for you guys here. I will be right back in just a few minutes. That was one of the quickest periods I've ever seen. And we are back. The game is not back on quite yet. That was one of the first, quickest first periods of all time, ladies and gentlemen. But thank you everyone for tuning in. And oh, all right, James Duthie just threw the quiz belt. But just to get to a couple things that I missed, we are back here. Wool is on fire. Wool is definitely on fire. OEL is on an 8-game point streak. He's been unbelievable so far this year, and at least talking offensively. So has Morgan Riley. He's been very good as well. So, but OEL has been awesome. I will still say that in terms of like their best player, might be John Tavares because he's a center, but it could also be William Nylander. Joseph Woll is signed. He is on the first year of a 3-year contract at just under $4 million. Watching the Caps show and Boudreau would be a change. I don't think Chief is the problem, guys. I don't think Chief is the problem. We need a stud D-man. I would agree with that. Leafs don't really have like a number 1 guy. Like, when was the last time they had a number 1 defenseman? Who's the last number 1 defenseman for the Toronto Maple Leafs? Wasn't Dion Phaneuf, tell you that. Don't even know if it's Morgan Riley. I don't think it is. Who's the number 1 guy? It's not Thomas Caberlet. Was it like defenseman? Who would it have been? I mean, the Leafs have had some good defense. Borja Salming? I don't know. Like, who's the last number 1 defenseman for the Leafs? That's a crazy one. Darren wonders why the Leafs eyeing Bowen Byram and Matthias Samuelsson and Mario Ferraro. We heard Mario Ferraro for years at this point, I think. Like 3 years that the Leafs are in on Mario Ferraro. Ever since Craig Berube took over. Alex Ovechkin only has 1 power play goal this year. And it came against the Caps last week. Very interesting. That is actually very puzzling to me. Let's see. This is my favorite time of the game. Let's see what Twitter's saying. Let's see what Twitter's saying. Not much. Morgan Riley with the interview after the period. Nazem Kadri has scored for the Calgary Flames in their game today. Yeah, what's that without a commercial break in the first? Is that something to do with Thanksgiving? Odd, man. That is an odd one. Never seen that. See these shot charts for the first period. Not many for the Leafs, let me tell you that. 1 from center ice. Awesome, man. Awesome. So one of those 5 shots came from center ice. Tim Horton was a defenseman. McCabe. Brian McCabe? I don't think it's Jake McCabe. And I don't even know if it's Brian McCabe as a number 1. Dion Phaneuf. I don't even know if he... Was he a number 1 guy? Dion Phaneuf, a number 1 defenseman? I don't know. I don't know about that. Don't know as a number 1 guy. We're still doing the quiz here, so for second period we'll be starting shortly. Brian McCabe. I don't know if it's Brian McCabe. Seriously, who's the last number 1 defenseman for the Toronto Maple Leafs? Is it Borja Salming? I'm trying to think of that at the 90s as well. I mean, Borja played at times in the 90s as well, but 80s he played. Who was the last number 1 defenseman for the Leafs? This is crazy. Ian Turnbull? Does that count? Brian Leach, yeah, that's good. Yeah, at the end of his career, though, I don't know if that's like having Joe Nieuwendyk too, and it's like, oh, we have Joe Nieuwendyk. Yeah, I didn't really have Joe Nieuwendyk. Like, you had Joe Nieuwendyk, the guy, the shell of Joe Nieuwendyk. I know Phaneuf was the captain, but does that make you a number 1 defenseman? I don't know. I don't know. That's why I'm asking. Jacob Chikrin leads all NHL defensemen in goals with 9. That's a lot of goals. I feel like Morgan Riley has a few already this year, 3 or 4. DDC, hello, hi, welcome into the live stream. Appreciate you tuning in. Leafs are leading the Capitals 1-0. We're heading into the second period here. 1-0 shots are 10-5 for the Washington Capitals. Leach is, yeah, Brian Leach is a good one too. Brian Leach is an interesting one though. You got him at the end of his career, right? So, a little different, I think. But, I don't know. Starship Blade says, Leafs suck. Well, they're up 1-0. So they're not sucking that bad. I guess the better question is not, have the Leafs ever had a number 1 defenseman, and who is it? But the question is, will the Leafs ever have a number 1 defenseman, and who is it? Like, what's a number 1 defenseman? Cale Makar is a number 1 defenseman. You know what I mean? That's a number 1 defenseman. Shea Theodore, I think, could be a number 1 defenseman. Drew Doughty is a number 1 defenseman. Is Morgan Riley in that category? I don't know. Well, he's not. Yeah. Some of the guys I mentioned are not even on the same level as Cale Makar, so it's an interesting question, that is for sure. Leafs and Caps are coming back onto the ice for the second period after the... I honestly would like to know if that was the fastest first period of all time. Sorry, folks. A little bit of technical difficulties there, but we're back. We are back, and the teams are back on the ice for the second period. They just said, Gordon Miller just said that it was one of the fastest periods. It took just over a half an hour to complete in full, which is crazy, considering it's 20 minutes of actual game time. And all the Leafs forwards had exactly 7 shifts. It was exactly even. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. So, we're about to get going here for the second period. Should be fun. 1-0 Maple Leafs. Puck is down, fourth line starting again against the Caps. First line. Pretty interesting, but alas, here we go. Puck is in. That's my crit. Hopefully that's not a bad omen. My Christmas decoration just fell behind me. Hoping that's not a bad omen for the Leafs. And if they end up winning this game, I'm going to keep them on the floor for the rest of the month. Goals saved above expected 5 games this season. Joseph Woll is in the positives except for the Montreal game, which wasn't his fault. Good stuff. Top 5 defensemen in Leafs history are number 1, Borja Salming. Number 2, Morgan Riley. In terms of statistically, yes. Number 3, Thomas Kaberle. Number 4, Tim Horton. Number 5, Ian Turnbull. What's sad is a lot of those guys retired a long time ago. Like, a long time ago. Riley's still playing. Kaberle retired a while ago. I believe the Washington Capitals are going to the power play. Morgan Riley with the slash. Capitals are going to the power play. Berube is not happy. Two minutes for slashing. What happened to Berube's forehead, by the way? Do we know an answer on that? Kind of beat up in that game against Columbus. I don't think that's a slash. Strome drops a stick. How is that a slash? Whoa, 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 whoa. How is that a slash? Big save by Wool. Ovi tries to keep it in. Big play by Lorentz on the PK. Gets the puck out. Capture on the power play. Shots are 11-5 for Washington. PK, Leafs are 14th in the league with an 80% penalty kill. Caps are 26th with an 11.5% power play. So a mid penalty kill versus a bad power play. We'll see how this plays out. Chychrun, though, on the point for the Caps. He has 9 goals this season. He leads all NHL defensemen in that category. Back to the point to Chychrun. Chychrun over to Tom Wilson. Wilson to Dylan Strome. Strome on the half wall to Chychrun at the point. Chychrun on net. Tipped wide. Wilson on the puck. Wilson to Leonard gets tied up. Wilson's fighting for it. He comes out with it. Back to the point. Chychrun, one-timer, OV. Big save by Wool. And cleared. Great read by Wool to get across there. That was awesome. He was well over. Like, if he shot that opposite corner, it's going in. 40 seconds left in this power play for Washington. Leafs are due for a power play. Straw penalty here, boys. Cap's second power play units out there. They don't waste any time, huh? None of this 2 minutes, full 2 minutes stuff. Lorentz and Lawton on a 2-on-1. Kind of. Bad, tough play. Get off. Get off. Get off. It's awful. 15 seconds left in the power play. I looked offside. And the Leafs are just a few seconds away here from killing this one off. And they do. There's a 2-on-1. Power play is done. Matthews shoots. Oh, stopped by Logan Thompson. 2-on-1 with Matthew Nyes. 2 shots on the power play. Leafs kill it off. Matthew Nyes in front. He scores! Matthew Nyes scores. From Austin Matthews after the 2-on-1. Matthew Nyes puts it in the back of the net. That is Nye's first goal in almost an entire month, ladies and gentlemen. It is 2-0 Maple Leafs off of a great play and great patience from Austin Matthews. Great play from both him and Nyes on the 2-on-1. They keep the play alive. Matthews gets it over to Nyes to put it in the back of the net. Great stuff there. Great stuff from the boys. 2-0 Leafs. Love to see it. Love to see it. 17:07 left in the second period. 2-0 Maple Leafs. Goals are from Morgan Riley and Matthew Nyes. Matthew Nyes at the end of that expiring power play. Sixth goal for Matthew Nyes of the year. Yeah, Washington dominated a large portion of that first period, but no longer. Leafs are back in control here. Now they need to hold on to this lead. This is a big thing here. They need to hold on to this lead. I think Troy Stecher gets an assist on that goal, if I heard that correctly. Leafs have 2 goals on 7 shots in this game. Caps have 12 shots. So, not horrible. Man picks it off. Play's going the other way. Yeah, Troy Stecher with his first point as a Toronto Maple Leaf. Let's go. Love to see that. Leafs are in Pittsburgh tomorrow. Second half of a back-to-back. 7 p.m. start tomorrow in Pittsburgh. Nice play by Michelli to get it out of the zone there. Dakota Joshua trying to drive the net. Keeps the play alive behind the net, kind of. He's hunting the puck. Michelli's with him. Good start to this period by the Leafs. Good kill and get on the board, and another penalty coming to the Leafs. I think it's Benoit this time for hooking. I do believe it is Benoit for hooking. Rube not happy with that call. Well, hopefully the Leafs can do it again. Nice. I didn't realize how nice of a play that was by Matthews on the goal to avoid the check. Get the puck right tape to Nyes. Nice snap from Nyes to get that in the back of the net. Penalty kill once again. Hooking to Austin Matthews. I thought that was to Simone Benoit. But it is not. Offside for Washington at the line. They blow that dead. Blow it dead at the line. We'll pick it up here at the blue line. Got some music bumping here in the arena. Get some music bumping here on the stream. I find top 25 defensemen in Leafs history. Do you have all 25 of them? Or the top 5? Let's do top 10. If you have that list. Let's do top 10. I'm curious. Let's do top 10, and are all 10 of them, excluding Morgan Riley... Oh, nice play. Here comes Wah on the... Whoa. Good idea. No execution by Wah. Good idea, though. Sorry, guys. Just noticed the clock's not going here. 1 second. We got 14... 30. Ovi takes a shot. Stopped by Joseph Woll. And covered. On the power play in his spot. 1 minute and 1 second left on the power play here. Shots are 13-7 for the Washington Capitals. Discrepancy is not as much as previous games. At least here now. There are many reasons why I'm not showing the game. And you probably... I would think that you should know them. 1 minute, 1 second left in the power play here for Capitals. Ovi has 1 power play goal this season. It came against the Montreal Canadiens, I believe, last week. Oh, tough play there. Almost gets it out at the line. Laud's been pretty good on the penalty kill. You can't close your hand on the puck. Sent down the ice. That looked like he closed his hand on the puck. John Carlson at the line to keep it alive. Yeah, chill. Don't cover the puck with your hand there. I don't know if you can do that. Don't know if that's allowed. Might have gotten away with one there. I know it's definitely not allowed in the crease. Beauvillier to Carlson at the point to Ovi. Into the middle. McMichael stopped by Joseph Woll. A nice save. 15 seconds left on the power play here for the Caps. 2-0 Leafs. Shots are I believe it's 15 now to 7 for the Capitals. Nice play by Joseph Woll to get across there and make that save. It's good puck movement by the Caps there through the middle of the ice, but nice stop. Even better stop, actually, because Benoit was screening him trying to block the shot. Shout out to Benoit, though. We love Simone Benoit here on the channel. Big Simone Benoit believers here, ladies and gentlemen. We are on the Benoit train on this channel. We are on the Benoit train. Told you guys to hop on the train years ago. Sonny Milano coming in with the puck here. Matthews out of the box. Leafs kill off another penalty. Getting in on the forecheck here. Nice play by Matthews. Wins that puck battle. Skates it into the zone. Gets it back to the point. I can't understand why the defense don't know what they're doing. What are we doing, boys? Ramos puts it in front, just out of reach of a couple Leafs. That comes out of the zone. I don't know why OEL didn't just take control of that puck out of the zone, but here we are. Oh, Cowan wins a puck battle. Tavares gets it on goal off of a leg. Wow, we're actually heading to a commercial break. Incredible. We are headed to a commercial break. It is 2-0 Maple Leafs as we head to our first commercial break of not just the second period, ladies and gentlemen. The entire game. This is the first commercial break of the entire game. I have no idea why there was no commercial break in the first, but I'm not complaining. But 12 minutes, 25 seconds left here in the second period. The Leafs are up 2-0 on goals from Matthew Nyes, who got the second one, and Morgan Riley, who got the first one. Now, I do want to bring your attention to this for just a second. Not Austin Matthews. Not William Nylander either. But I'll take it back to this for a second. William Nylander, who in 20 games so far this year, 31 points. He's been unbelievable so far this season. He's averaging 20 minutes of ice time a night, which is hard to believe. I feel like he's playing like almost 24 minutes a night every night. But 31 points in those 20 games. He has 20 assists in 20 games. He's been unbelievable. And I mean, I feel like we know that he's scoring a ton of goals and all that. I mean, he has 11 goals. He's been awesome. But he's putting up a lot of points, man. He's doing a lot of work. Now, on the defensive side of the puck, we know what he brings to the table. Not much. Not much, right? But it's okay. You paid him the money, and he's giving you exactly what you paid him to do, which is put up a ton of points and win games in overtime and all that fun stuff. So he's been electric so far this year. When you take a look at Austin Matthews coming into tonight, add one more point. So in 19 games, he has 15 points. He just picked that one up tonight. He has 9 goals and 6 assists in those 19 games. So he needs to pick it up big time. I mean, he hasn't been himself. We know that. And Nyes, again, he's been fantastic. We're coming back from a commercial break in just a second here, guys. I'll bring it back in just a second. But averaging 20 minutes a night. And he's been great. At another goal, he has 6 goals now. He has 24 points in 21 games. So he's over a point a game player. And Nyes has been like everything this year. Like we're looking at his stats last year. Like, whoa, this guy's over a point a game so far this year. And he's not going to play all 82. Because, of course, he just missed a bunch of time due to injury. But he's been awesome. So, love that from Matthew Nyes. Face off in to the right of Logan Thompson. Puck is down. Easton Cowan forechecking. Sandin can't handle the forecheck. Big hit by John Tavares in the corner. Absolutely staples his man to the boards. Leafs do look good in this game. I mean, I've watched a lot of Leafs hockey this year. And I've tried to defend them. I try to remain optimistic. And it has not looked good this good. This is a decent game. Stetcher puts it in front. He still has the puck behind the net. He's taking his time with it. Shot by McMahon. Tavares in front. Nothing given there. He's boxed out pretty good there. Stetcher gets tripped up. No penalty. Shots 14-10 for Washington. Here comes Nyes. Puck kept alive at the line by the Washington defense. I believe that was Waugh. Another Leaf gets taken down, no call. I lied. I don't know if this is a power play coming for the Leafs. Good battle by Troy Stetcher, though. Wins his battle against his man here in Leonard. That was a good battle. Is this a penalty? I don't think it is. What was it called then? It's not penalty. I don't know what it was. Caps DJ, in arena DJ, A+. A+ tonight. Nice save by Wall shot from the point. A little bit of extracurricular. Tom Wilson trying to go after McCabe, I think. Brandon Carlo, they're talking on the broadcast. I did see this pregame as well. Brandon Carlo could actually play Tuesday in Florida. So he could be making his return soon, which is crazy because he hasn't really skated. I mean, he's been on the ice one time, I think, twice. So maybe not that crazy. He didn't miss that much time, but could be nearing a return very soon. That's interesting, too, because that's going to have cap implications, roster size implications. Does Easton Cowan have to go back to the Marlies now just because? You know, let's make a move here. Get somebody off this roster. Somebody doesn't fit here. And if the Leafs win this game, what does that say about Max Domi and his spot in this lineup? Not good things, I'll tell you that. And I like Max Domi. I have his jersey behind me. What a one-timer. Holy smokes from Nick Robertson. Nick Robertson just sent that one-timer to the moon. That was crazy. Just a quick reminder, guys, if you're new here, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate everybody who's tuning in. See some familiar faces today as well. Shout out to Joshua. I think Profit's in here still. A couple others as well. Appreciate you guys. And if you're new here, feel free to hit that subscribe button. If you want to stay up to date with everything that's happening with the Toronto Maple Leafs. And even if not, if you hate the Leafs, hit that subscribe button still because we see you guys in the comments and we appreciate you guys just as much. But we know you guys love to stick around and love to talk about the Leafs anyway. So puck is down. Face out to the right again of Logan Thompson. Puck is chipped out to the neutral zone. Riley back to collect it. Nice, gets it in deep. Leafs up 2-0 here. Interesting diving play there from Matthews. That is Matthews. That's a high stick. That is a high stick, sir. Checking the out-of-town scoreboard here for the Leafs because there are some implications here on the Atlantic Division going on around the league. So we'll check that in a second for you guys. We'll get into that in the next commercial break. Shot there 16-10 for the Washington Capitals. Face off in the Toronto Maple Leaf zone after a high stick. Actually, it might be right outside this. No, it is in the Leaf zone. To the left of Joseph Woll. That is chipped into the Leafs bench. And they're going to commercial, so we will check the out-of-town scoreboard here for you guys. Oh, yeah, top 25 Leafs defensemen in history I see here. So, number 1, Borja Salming. Number 2, Morgan Riley. Number 3, Thomas Caberly. Number 4, Tim Horton. 5, Ian Turnbull. Jim McKenney is number 6. Brian McCabe is 7th. Alfredi is number 8. 10 is Jake Gardner. Gosh, where did you find that list? Did you say Jake Gardner? Jake Gardner. Change Alfredi to 9th, and 8th is Todd Gill. Makes sense. Jake Gardner is 10th. Jake Gardner is a top 10 defenseman in Leafs history. What? I would put Dave Ellett there. I would put Dion Phaneuf there instead. I would put Dion Phaneuf there instead of Jake Gardner. Jake Gardner is a top 10, an actual top 10 defenseman in Leafs history. Oh my God. Second goal is Matthew Nyes. Scored today. Alan Stanley, number 11. Dave Ellett, number 12. Jimmy Thompson, number 13. 14th is Dion Phaneuf. Jim Benning, number 15th. Is that the same Jim Benning that was in charge of the Vancouver Canucks? 16th is Bob Don. Walter Babe Pratt, number 17. Carl Brewer, 18th. And 19th is Red Horner, number 20. Dmitry Yuskevich. I remember Yuskevich. 21st is King Clancy. Cody Franson is 22nd. Cody Franson was like, Cody Franson's fine, but oh my God. Mike Pellick, 23rd. Jim Morrison and Brian Glennie is 25th. We're back from commercial. I'm going to get into the out-of-town scoreboard very quickly here. We have the Avalanche and Wild tied at 2s. Devils are up 4-0 on the Sabres. Flames are up 4-2 on the Panthers. That's in the third period. Flyers and Islanders tied late in the third period, 3-3. Blues are up 4-3 on the Senators, which is huge. Canadians up 3-0 on the Golden Knights. Golden Knights suck. I wonder why. LA Kings up 4-3 on the Ducks. Sharks are up 3-2 on the Canucks. Puck is down for the Leafs game again. Leafs obviously up 2-0. Hurricanes are up 1-0 on the Jets. And then we have a bunch of games later. The Lightning won 6-3 earlier today. And the Rangers won 6-2 over the Bruins earlier today as well. Got 9 minutes left here in the second period. Shots are 16-10 for Washington. Game is has slowed down here. Icing called against Washington. 8:30 left here in the second period. Pace of the game has slowed down drastically. Shout out to everybody still watching in here. Watching along here, the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Washington Capitals on this Thanksgiving Friday in the States. Shout out to all the American viewers watching right now. Appreciate you guys. Hope you have a great Thanksgiving weekend as well. Cowan to Tavares. That's blocked. Nice idea. Cowan wins the puck back. Cowan in. Quick shot. He had more time. He had more time with that, but he gets the shot off quickly. I appreciate it. McMahon in on the forecheck. I've liked this line tonight. The second line of Tavares, McMahon, and Cowan. Has looked good. Big pinch by, I believe, Troy Stetcher. OV passes it over. Gets Wool down. Wool, big save, Joseph Wool. Big save by Joseph Wool. It's going back the other way, the Leafs. My goodness. That was crazy. Big save by Joseph Wool. On Ovi, no less. Strome gets hit there by Benoit. Cowan gets closed out as well. Big hit from Dakota Joshua, I believe. McMichael takes a shot off the crossbar and up and out. That was a hell of a shot by Connor McMichael. He's got it again at the point. Down low. John Carlson in front. Finds his man. Knocked away by Simone Benoit. And it's out of the zone. Yeah, Jake Gardiner should be... Like, Jake Gardner's definitely on a top 30 list, which is insane. But not top 10. That is, I mean, crazy, crazy. Carlson walks in. Big save by Wool again, and it's deflected wide. Leafs are trying to clear now. Comes back to the point. Caps are kind of playing with their food. One-timer. Stop. Wool is down. It's in. Caps score. Caps with a bunch of pressure. And they put it in the back of the net. Connor McMichael, I believe, on the backhand. I mean, Wool can only do so much, guys. Wool can only do so much, guys. 2-1. Maple Leafs. Capitals are on the board. Riley was tying up his guy in front, but the puck ultimately finds its way into the back of the net. Wall got down and made that save too. Like, that is... that is tough. That is tough. That is tough. 6:40 left here in the second period. 2-1 Maple Leafs. Goals from Morgan Riley, Matthew Nyes, and just now for the Washington Capitals to make it 2-1, Connor McMichael on the backhand. Joseph Woll has been fantastic again. He looks absolutely dialed in this game. Sometimes you just have to help your goaltender out and clear that puck. And the Leafs were unable to do that. Shots are now 19-10 for the Washington Capitals. Leafs only have 10 shots more than halfway through this second period. Let's get going, boys. Let's get going here. Icing here against the Caps. Yeah, that was tough. And McMichael's, I mean, just on the doorstep. You have Protas in there as well. I mean, not nice, excuse me. Wall gets a piece of it. So that's tough. I believe that first line was on the ice, so that is a minus for Austin Matthews, Matthew Nyes, and Nick Robertson as well. That's tough. Troy Stetcher down low to Nick Robertson. Nick Robertson wins the puck battle. Robertson has looked pretty good this year. Again, very shifty. Gets it back to the point. OEL gets it down low. No shots coming here. Breakaway now for Protas. You got Troy Stetcher hunting him down. He does, and saved by Joseph Woll. And Woll plays it, but the whistle is blown. The whistle is blown. We're going to commercial break. Some pace here in the second period now all of a sudden, but it is still 2-1 for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Being heavily outchanced, heavily outshot. Stop me if you've heard this before. Shout out to everybody who's in here right now. Roll call since we're at commercial. Where's everybody watching from? Drop it in the chat, whether it's Ontario, somewhere in Canada, if you're in the United States. Happy Thanksgiving if you're in the United States. Let me know where you're watching from down below in the chat. Shout out to everybody watching. Already had a couple thousand viewers in here today. It's been a lot of fun. Commercial break, so we're going to go through the out-of-town scoreboard because we have had some changes in scores. We've had a game wrap up. The Devils, with 5 minutes left in the third period, are up 4-0 on the Sabres. Flames are now only up 4-3 on the Panthers. 6 minutes left in that game as well. Marchand has scored, I believe, the closing goal in that one, or the last goal, I should say. Flyers and Islanders are tied 3-3. It looks like that game's headed to overtime. 2 minutes left in that one. Senators are down 4-3 to the Blues. That one's late in the third period. It's getting to crunch time. Canadians up 3-0 on the Golden Knights. Have to laugh at that one a little bit. 2 minutes left in the third between the Kings and the Canucks. The Kings and the Ducks. 4-3 for the Kings in that one. Canucks are down 3-2 to the Sharks. The Leafs obviously up 2-1 here against the Washington Capitals. The Jets and the Hurricanes are now tied 1-1. And earlier today, we got 3 more games, I should say, on the docket for the day. We have the Penguins and the Blue Jackets. We have the Predators. Penguins, by the way, back-to-back for them as well. Predators and Blackhawks. We got the Mammoth and the Stars later tonight. And earlier today, we had the Lightning beat the Red Wings 6-3. We had the New York Rangers beat the Boston Bruins 6-2. And just now wrapped up in the shootout, the Minnesota Wild beat the Colorado Avalanche in the shootout 3-2 in a really good game there. But the Colorado Avalanche have still yet to lose more than one game in regulation. Absolutely insane stuff for that Colorado Avalanche team. They lose in a shootout, not in regulation. I will be back. I got to check the stove. I'll still be here. I'll still be here, Joshua. No problem. Yeah, Prophet. I mean, that setup from Matthews on that goal was awesome. Very elusive play. Awesome play. Awesome, Matthews. We have 5 minutes left here in the second period. They did have the shot attempts up there for a second. I think it said something like 28 for the Leafs, which is not horrible. That might have been the Capitals. Sorry, I missed that. Face off to the right of Joseph Woll in the Leafs defensive zone. The Leafs have not looked that bad in this second period. Like, definitely not a good period, but they haven't looked that bad, and they've been really bad in second periods this year and even, like, right at the end of last year. I mean, that was their kryptonite against Florida, really. That second period, the horrendous second period. So, Michelli dumps it into the corner. Waugh gives chase. Doesn't win the puck battle. Puck's going down. It's icing against the Caps. Woll's been great in this game. Woll is the only reason this game isn't out of hand, honestly. Again, stop me if you've heard this before, ladies and gentlemen. Leafs goaltender is keeping them in a game. The Leafs goaltender is keeping them in a game. Face off to the right of Lowe. Leafs lose the draw. Kept alive. McMahon behind the net, round the net. Down low to Cowan. Cowan looks like he belongs in this game. Last little while, honestly. I mean, he's on the ice right now. He fell, but he has looked good. And to start the year, I was like, send this guy to the Marlies. I'll say it. Like, I'll eat crow, I guess. But I was like, send this guy to the Marlies, have him develop. He's looked good. He's honestly one. He's been like one of their most consistent players. You just kind of know what you're gonna get out of him, and it's not anything crazy, but he's gonna give it 100%, man. Whoa, bounces right in front. McMahon gets it in front. Now he's just trying to swipe at that. Sorry, Cowan was trying to swipe at that. Stop by Woll again. Play goes the other way. Matthews settles it down. He passes it over to OEL. Matthews gets going up the ice. Stetcher dumps it in. Now he's in on the forecheck. He wins the puck battle. It's up against the wall. And that puck is going to get out. Oh, big save by Woll again. Nice play by McCabe. Oh, no. Don't play with your food, Robertson. Let's go. Get that puck out. 2 minutes, 45 seconds left here in the second period. Puck is back in the Leafs zone. Cap cycling it around a little bit. Sandin back to the point to Van Riemsdyk. Van Riemsdyk. Nice block by Nick Robertson. Where's that Michelli? It is Michelli. Excuse me. That was Nick Robertson. No, it is Robertson. Michelli's also on the ice. And sustained pressure. This is what I was talking about. I didn't see much of this in this period. Now they're stuck in their own zone. We're now approaching 40 seconds. 45 seconds. Backdoor pass. Big save by Woll. The Caps have had the puck for 4 minutes longer than the Leafs in this game. That is long-er. That's not good. Leonard takes the puck back into the Leafs zone. I don't think the Leafs completed a change there. At least not a full change. Up into the slot. Yarncroke's going to grab it. He gets it out. Good effort by Yarncroke there to get it out. Right at the line. I'll get to your question in a second, Profit, right as the period wraps up here. We're nearing the end here. Minute 30 left. Leafs ice it. Yarncroke's trying to beat it out. Doesn't. Icing called against the Leafs. Did not beat out the icing. Wool's been great tonight. Just showing some replays of Wool saves. It's been awesome tonight. Puck is down. To the left of Joseph Wool, excuse me. It wasn't icing, so we have a weird concoction of... Oh, Nick Waugh just changed, so we got the fourth line out now. Scott Lawn is on the ice. Centering pass to Dylan Strome, just missed. Yarncroke dumps it out. Lorentz giving chase. Lawton gets it out of the zone. Play to Nyes, play to center. Riley gets it down deep. The Leafs are changing. Not offside. Puck is in. Thrown to the front of the net. It's close. Matthews trying to win that puck. Doesn't. It's dumped in by Dylan Strome. We got 30 seconds left here in the second period. Leafs are up 2-1. Shots 23-10 for the Washington Capitals. Leafs are due for a power play as well. No power play for the Leafs tonight. Oh, good play to knock it out of the air by the Capitals defenseman there. I think that would have been Tavares. Gone. 10 seconds left here. Caps coming into the zone. Throws it in front. Nyes has the puck. There's 5 seconds left. Nyes just chips it out to center, and that will do it for this second period. Leafs survive the second period. Nyes giving it to somebody at the buzzer there. Skates away. He's going back to the bench. Love to see that. Nyes is the only guy on this team that I can honestly say initiates stuff. Maybe OEL as well. That'll do it for the second period. So, Leafs up 2-1. They're getting outshot. They're getting outchanced. Caps have had 2 power plays, which the Leafs have killed off. Leafs have not had a power play opportunity. Pretty interesting stuff. We'll go through the out-of-town scoreboard here real quick as we gear up for this third period coming up here. Devils win 5-0 against the Sabres. That has less than a minute left. Flames are up 4-3. 2 minutes left in that game. Flyers and Islanders are in overtime. That's tied 3-3. Blues are up 4-3 on the Senators. Kings are now tied with the Ducks. It's in overtime. So that game was tied up in the final minute. Sharks 3-2 over the Canucks. And we got a couple games on the docket tonight. We have the Penguins and the Blue Jackets. We have the Jets and the Hurricanes tied 2-2 right now. And, of course, the Toronto Maple Leafs, your Toronto Maple Leafs, are up 2-1 over the Washington Capitals on this Thanksgiving weekend in the United States. I will get to your question here in a second, Profit. Just have to plug something in. Always dealing with some technical difficulties here on the live. We appreciate that. But, yeah, if we do end up sending Cowan to the Marlies, who's the 2 left wing? We add someone to the top 6 or within. Well, if you look at the lineup, like if everyone's healthy, I mean, you do have enough players still. So who goes up? I mean, it's Domi. You would expect him to perform better. He hasn't been. So who would go up? I mean, Michelli. Let's try Michelli on that top line. Like a lot of people don't like what Michelli brings to the lineup. Like I think he's got to play with somebody to get going here. So maybe you try Michelli. I don't think he's been that bad. And McMahon has a spot up there, right? It's probably McMahon. So Robertson's looked good so far this year. So those are my guesses right now. But Leafs up 2-1. They're getting outshot, outchanced. We're in the second intermission. I will be right back in just a few minutes. Sit tight, everybody. We'll be back here for the third period in just a few minutes. I'll play some music for you guys. We'll be back in a few minutes. Stay tuned. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here for the third period. Both teams are on the ice. We're gearing up for the third here. Lots of games around the league just wrapped up. The Leafs are still up 2-1 heading into this period. The Leafs only have 10 shots to start this period. Their season low in terms of final shots on goal to end a game is 15 a couple weeks ago. So let's keep an eye on that. Hopefully they get more than 5 in this final period. I think they're going to need it. In terms of out-of-town scoreboards, couple games wrapped up. The Devils won 5-0. The Flames won 5-3 over the Panthers, which is big for the Leafs. The Flyers ended up winning in overtime. The Blues ended up beating the Senators in regulation 4-3, which is huge for the Leafs as well. You got the Canadiens winning 4-1 against the Golden Knights. Ducks won in shootout versus the Kings, and the Sharks beat the Canucks 4-3. So that is what we got, and the third period is underway. Here we go. And Profit saying 2019 Berube's Blues last in their conference, went on to win the Cup. 2026 Leafs last in the conference, go on to win the Stanley Cup. That would be nice. I do still believe that this team could get it done in sorry, I lost my train of thought there. I think that the Leafs could still get it done in the playoffs. These guys are like they acquired certain players for. I think Brad Treliving kind of forgot you got to get to the playoffs. Like he kind of forgot that, and his head was just like in the playoffs, get guys that come up big in these moments. And we've seen it from Dakota Joshua in the past. Go watch the Canucks playoff run. But I think he kind of lost sight of that for a second. But I feel like if you just get in with the style of play, if they kind of buy in with some of the players that they have, some of these guys can get it done. I do believe that. But in terms of regular season success, I mean, time's running out to win this division. But you're lucky that it's garbage. But Canadians with another win today pick up another 2 points. These are crucial 2 points. Play is underway, by the way. But these are a crucial 2 points for the Leafs. Crucial. Need to hang on to this lead. Jake McCabe. Big block. Puck out of play. Flex Ryan Leonard's attempt out of play. Leafs still only have 10 shots. Season low is 15. Need 5 to tie. We're underway here again. Face off to the left of Joseph Woll. Puck's out to center. Robertson's trying to win the puck. Doesn't. The Leafs do this thing. If you're watching the game right now and any game for the rest of the year, Leafs forwards are doing this thing where the puck gets dumped in and they're kind of like coasting to the guy, like pretending like they're doing something with their stick. Go through the guy. Go to him. Force him to make a mistake. You have support. In theory, you should. If your teammates are in the right spot. Nice block by Austin Matthews. He looks a little bit lost. Let's get that puck out, boys. In theory, you should have support on the wall. Great play by Austin Matthews there. Wins that puck back and slows it down. He goes off for a change. I've always appreciated that about Matthews. He can slow things down, gets a change. You know, reload on the play. Keep possession. Oh, yeah, Cowan in front. Big save by Logan Thompson. Nice play. I like Tavares and Cowan together. I do. A London Knights synergy. McMahon is going to drive the net. One hand on his stick. Cowan has the puck. He still has the puck. He still has the puck. He throws it towards the net. Doesn't get blocked. It gets through, but just misses the net. Deflection in front. McMahon with the puck. Logan Thompson's down. McMahon gets taken down. Cowan is shoving away at it. Stopped by Logan Thompson. He covers it. Leafs now up to 12 shots on goal. I believe. That was good pressure from the Leafs. I want to see more of that stuff. Lawton loses the face-off. puck it's back in the Yarncroc has it in the offensive zone. He's pinned against the boards. He has reinforcements coming. McCabe has it in a lot of time at the point. McCabe slap shot just misses the net. It comes back to the point. Beauvillier grabs it to Ovi. Ovi puts it into the zone. Dumps it in. Cross ice. Big save by Joseph Vol. And he will cover that. Got about 16:23 left in this third period. Leafs have 12 shots. Caps have 25. Leafs being heavily outshot once again. But they're up 2-1 in this game. And their season low is 15 in a game. 15. Play is underway again. Leafs dump it into the Caps zone, but the Caps are back in transition, back into the Leafs zone. Nice, just misses that pass from Nick Robertson. That is tough. You know what? Like, Troy Stetcher is not the biggest guy, but man, he battles. And that's what Edmonton, that was the whole thing coming out of Edmonton. That's what we heard, and he does, man. Michelli has it on the right side. He cuts back. He passes it to the point. McCabe loses the puck. But it's kept alive by Dakota Joshua using his size to his advantage. You love to see that. Waugh tries to get it back to the point. Gets just past Simone Benoit. Let's get a Go Leafs Go in the chat. Shout out to Profit. That's right. Let's get a Go Leafs Go here. Back to the point to Van Riemsdyk to Chychrun. Chychrun back to Van Riemsdyk. Van Riemsdyk is going to hopefully do something dumb with it. Doesn't. Simone Benoit out to center. Oh, a little sloppy here from the Leafs. Sandin comes back into the zone. He's behind. He's in the corner. He circles back. Beauvillier with the puck on the circle back to Sandin at the point. Sandin puts it behind the net. McCabe retrieves it. McCabe back up to the point to Cowan. Cowan misses it. Ovi with a slap shot just misses the net. 90-mile-an-hour slap shot from Alex Ovechkin. Let's get a Go Leafs Go in the chat. We're up 2-1. There's 14 minutes left in this third period. Let's get some more Go Leafs Goes in the chat. Let's get a reoccurring Go Leafs Go in the chat. TVR shoots it from the point. Yarncroc flips it out. Fourth line now on for the Leafs. Van Riemsdyk has it. He puts it back for Chychrun. Sorry, Sandin has the puck. Chychrun's on the bench. Sandin skating it out to center. Sandin is going to look like he was going to dump it in, but the Caps are way offside because it looked like he was going to dump it in. So 13:59 left in this third period. We head to commercial. How are we feeling about this? Yes, the Leafs do play the Penguins tomorrow night in Pittsburgh on the second half of a back-to-back. How are we feeling about this so far, ladies and gentlemen? How are we doing here? I'm going to get some out-of-town scoreboards going here real quick for you guys. Just pulling it up here. All right, so obviously, we know the Leafs score. Jets and Hurricanes just started their third period. That's tied 1-1. The Penguins and the Blue Jackets are about to drop the puck. So that's about to get underway. That's it for active games. But earlier today, the Lightning beat the Red Wings 6-3. We have the Rangers over the Bruins 6-2. Bruins had no chance in that game. Rangers outshot them 36-21. That's crazy. The Wild beat the Avalanche in a shootout 3-2. Avalanche have only lost one game in regulation so far this year. New Jersey Devils are up 5-0. They win that one against the Sabres, and the Sabres had 42 shots on goal to the Devils 23. 5-0 result for the Devils there. 5-3 Flames over the Panthers. 4-3 Flyers over the Islanders in a shootout. Blues beat the Senators 4-3 in regulation. Canadians 4-1 over the Golden Knights. That was in regulation. Final in a shootout. The Ducks win 5-4 over the Kings. And the Sharks won in regulation 3-2 over the Canucks. And the Canucks had 34 shots on goal in that game. Crazy. I feel dubious at best. Go Leafs, go. Our Nick and Darius go. I will not be live tomorrow. We will try to let you guys know with the community post if Nick will be live tomorrow. But I will not be live tomorrow. But I'll be back for some games next week. Next week for sure. Prophet saying he feels pretty good. Hopefully we can hold on. I hope so as well. Puck is down and play has resumed. Matthews makes a nice play there. And Thompson makes a save. This puck in the corner. Leafs are cycling now. I like the quickness from the Leafs. A double deflection. Matthews gets it back to the front. He's trying to get it back in front of the net. Can't do it. Oh, risky play from Carlson there, but he gets it out. John Carlson. Whoa. Caps are whipping it at the net, man. Got 13 minutes left here in the third period. 2-1 Leafs. Shots are 25-15. So the Leafs have matched their their season low for shots. Woo! If they don't get another shot for the rest of the game, they will at least match their season low. Hooray! This is not the worst game of the year offensively. Here comes Michelli through the middle of the ice. He's looking to... He stops up again. I'm noticing a pattern from Michelli here. You got to do something with it. He throws it on net. Dakota Joshua misses it. The Caps are going the other way. There's a 3-on-3 opportunity here. Oh, he gets it across to Leonard. Leonard shoots. Big glove save from Joseph Woll. Big glove save from Joseph Woll. Settles things down here for the Leafs. Matthews almost scored on that play, actually. The Leafs could be up 3-1 right now. That was a very good opportunity on the back end. Matthews also wearing Bauer equipment now, by the way. Definitely an endorsement deal, but interesting because he was with CCM for, I think, since 2019 at this point, 2020. So, interesting. Back with Bauer. Hopefully he starts to feel it a bit. Face off to the right of Joseph Woll. Puck is down. Let's get some Go Leafs go in the chats. Let's get a few more here. McMahon wraps it around. Sorry, not McMahon. McCabe. Lawton out to center. Leafs have still not had a power play. Oh, and a good play by Bovilli on the back check there. Yes, congratulations to Dylan Strome. Dylan Strome, a very interesting case where he really... found himself in Washington as a player. He looks, great in Washington. I think he was in Arizona. I can't remember if he went somewhere else before Washington, but he was definitely in Arizona. I feel like he did go to one other team. I'll find that out, actually. Sandin shoots from the point. That is steered away. Yes, he played in Chicago. How could I forget that? For like 5 seasons. Tavares in on a breakaway. Big glove save by Logan Thompson. That is maybe the 3rd breakaway for the Leafs tonight. Big save by Logan Thompson. But Tavares takes it away from Alex Ovechkin. Couldn't get it done. Horrible turnover by Ovi at the line. Good God. Big glove save, though, man. Awesome. Huge. Huge for the Leafs. Huge Glover. Play is underway once again. Caught the glass. There's no penalty on the play. OEL shot it out of play, but it caught the glass, so there's no foul play. All right, here we go. Shots 27-15 for the Caps. Face off to the left of Joseph Wool. One-timer from Ovi from the point. Big save by Wool. Feels good, man. Joseph Wool's feeling good. Please hang on to this lead. Please! Let's get some offense going here, man. Let's get some offense going here, please. Let's get some offense. Lawton chips it out to center, and he falls on the forecheck. Get a change here. Gets back out to center. Lawton's got a change. Come on, get off the ice. He's tied up with somebody at the bench. Somebody has him in a headlock. Puck goes over the glass. Leafs have still not had a power play in this game. Go, Leafs, go. Hey, thanks, Philip. I appreciate that. And specifically Leafs hockey, which can be absolutely demoralizing sometimes. So thanks, Philip. But it's all in good fun. We'll all have our favorite teams, of course, and some are better than others. Face off to the right of Joseph Wool. Caps win the face off. Jacob Chikrin with a weird trick shot move. Leafs look like they're going to get the puck out here, and they do. McMahon gets it out. He chips it in on goal. Tavares in on the puck. He wins the puck. To the point, Troy Stetcher shoots it just wide. It's back up to the point. Dakota Mermis keeps it alive. It's down low. McMahon is working for it against John Carlson, but the Caps are gone the other way. Connor McMichael flips it in. Caps are in on the forecheck. McMichael in on Cowan. Cowan wins the puck battle. It's flipped out to center. The Leafs will give chase again. It looks like some of them will go off for a change. Go to Joshua and the third liner back on the ice. Cowan is stuck out there still. He was on the far side. Cowan has the puck now. He's skating out to center. He's going to get it deep, and he's going to go for a change. Wah and Joshua give chase. In on the forecheck. Here comes Protas coming back out in transition. Protas going back. Somebody just... Tom Wilson to stay on side. Another big save by Joseph Wool. 9 minutes left here in the third period. This has been a grueling third period to watch. The Leafs have had 5 shots and no offense, except for maybe 2 minutes at the start. And it wasn't even 2 minutes. 30 seconds at the start of the period. Oh, Wall loses it at the line. It's kept in. That was dangerous. Protas keeps it in. Caps are just rolling right now. This puck looks like it's going to the net. It's kept out. Wah. Flips it to center. This might go for icing, and it does. It does go for icing. 8:45 left here in the third period. We are headed to what I believe could be a commercial break heading up here. Actually, maybe not. Yeah, how can we go to commercial during an icing? Good one, Darius. That's a good one. That's a good one. Never been done before. Certainly not going to happen in this game. Next whistle is surely a commercial, though. This game had no commercials through the first period. It just took just over 30 minutes to complete the first period, which is unheard of. One of the fastest I've ever been a part of. This game was supposed to end around 8 o'clock, I believe. Villiers has it behind the Leafs net. He gets it over to Alex Ovechkin, who gets it to Dylan Strome at the line. It's kept into Sandin. Sandin shoots off a leg. Somebody kicks it wide. Third line's out there, struggling with Morgan Rielly and Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Trying to win this puck battle on the half wall. Comes back to the point. Back over to Rasmus Sandin. He gets it to the net again. It's deflected. Big save by Joseph Woll again. Leafs get it out to center. Waz giving chase. Goes for icing. Waz been out for 2 minutes. I think you might have to call a timeout here. This could be bad. Face off to the right of Joseph Woll. Shots are 31-15 for the Washington Capitals. Waz been out for a minute 30. A minute 40, excuse me. OEL's been out for 132. Michelli on the ice for 130 here. Face off lost by the Leafs. It was scrummed a little bit. And Woll gloves it and gets the Leafs out of trouble here. Holy smokes. And we are headed to a commercial so everyone can just take a breather for a second. Just take a breather. Yeah, I can't believe they called that icing. That was crazy. That was nuts. That was insane. How are we feeling, everybody? How are we feeling? No, I don't think there will be a live tomorrow night. I don't think there will be a live tomorrow night against the Penguins. But thank you, everyone, for... Steve Dangle just said Michelli with the kind of icing that makes a coach want to send you to space, which was just, it was awful. It was awful. Out of town scoreboard saying it's still 1-1 between the Jets and the Hurricanes. The Penguins and Blue Jackets are underway now. That's still 0-0. Leafs are up 2-1. Goals from Morgan Rielly on the first shot of the game, 3 minutes in. Or sorry, with 3 minutes left in the first. Then it was Matthew Nyes in the second period, puts the Leafs up 2-0. And then Connor McMichael scored to make it 2-1 for the Washington Capitals. And that's where we stand right now. The Caps are out shooting the Leafs 31-15. 31-15. And when we come back from commercial, the faceoff will be in the Leafs defensive zone. Again, Joseph Woll keeping this team in it. And another game, by the way, where the Leafs have not drawn a single penalty. The Leafs have not been on the power play at all this game. Because the Caps have just played just an absolutely clean game. Absolutely brutal. Joseph Woll's been awesome tonight. Don't know where they are without him, man. This season could have got ridiculously ugly if he didn't come back when he did. Like, so ugly. Because even in that loss was it last week, 2 weeks ago, to the Chicago Blackhawks? Tough, man. He played a tough game. Yeah, 31-15. Puck's about to be dropped here. Lawton in for the draw. Fourth line's out there in this situation, which kind of does make sense. At least it's not Matthews getting another defensive zone faceoff. Hurrah. Puck down low. Got Matthews with the puck skating through the neutral zone now. He flips it in. Caps defenseman just knocks it down. Jacob Chikrin has the puck now. I don't know if they're scoring another goal here. Washington did, though. And it is 2-2. I'm running out of words, guys. I mean, it's hard to imagine the Leafs scoring another goal in this game. It's hard to imagine. The Caps just scored. It's 2-2. And, I mean, with the way this period has gone, it's hard to imagine the Leafs are scoring another goal in this game. I mean, Riley doesn't tie up his guy. He scores, and then he slashes him. Like, it's your fault, man. Who are you slashing? It's your fault. You didn't tie up your guy who's standing right there at doorstep and puts it in. It's ridiculous. Washington ties up the game. Their 32nd shot of the night. Joseph Wallace, 30 saves on the night. There's still 6.5 minutes to go here in the third. Beauvillier scores. Got a 2-2 game here. Leafs are on the forecheck again. Washington shoots it out of play, but I might have hit the glass. I still don't know how the Leafs haven't had a power play in this game. I mean... Showing a replay here of the goal. Just hard work by the Caps, and I mean, not tying up your man in front. Riley losing his guy in front. This just got interesting because now... What if this goes to overtime? You get another point? Woo! Yeah, 1 point. Woo! Maybe. Woo! 1 point. All right. I was really hoping they would hang on to that lead. Can't even blame Wall, man. Can't blame the goalies. If they lose this game, there's smoke. Yes, Jonathan, they picked up Dylan Cease on a massive contract, but honestly, their pitching is going to be unbelievable next year, and I'm here for it because that means you can go back to the World Series. Most of the team is still here. If you have a good deadline, you're good. Wall covers it up. 5:23 left in the third. Leafs still only have 15 shots. They are going to commercial break. They're going to commercial break. We got 2 minutes here to feel shame. Out of town scoreboard. Obviously a 2-2 game over here. We got the Hurricanes up 2-1 over the Jets now. Hurricanes are heavily out shooting the Jets as well. There's 7 minutes left in that game. Heavily out shooting 28-13, 2-1 for the Hurricanes. Penguins are up 1-0. Sidney Crosby from Chris Letang. 1-0 in that game for the Penguins over the Blue Jackets. Then earlier today, we had the Lightning beat the Red Wings. Every single team except for 2 teams were in action today in the NHL. We had 15 games on deck. The Lightning and the Red Wings We're playing. The Lightning won 6-3. The Rangers beat the Bruins 6-2. The Wild beat the Avalanche 3-2 in a shootout. The Avalanche they've only lost one game in regulation all year. The Devils, being heavily outshot 42-23, win 5-0 over the Sabres. So Markstrom was fantastic in that game. I believe it was Markstrom in that. Flames win 5-3 over the Panthers. Flyers 4-3 over the Islanders in a shootout. The Blues win 4-3 in regulation over the Senators. That's big for the Leafs as well in that Atlantic Division. Speaking of the Atlantic Division, the Montreal Canadiens win 4-1 over the Vegas Golden Knights. The Anaheim Ducks 5-4 over the Kings in a shootout. The Ducks have been off to a very hot start this year. They've been on a roll, and the Sharks win 3-2 in regulation over the Vancouver Canucks. And the Canucks had 34 shots in that game to the Sharks 24. So, also, the Canadiens won 4-1. They only had 14 shots on goal. Or, sorry, 19 shots on goal to the Vegas Golden Knights 31. The game has returned from commercial break. Some interesting scorelines around the league. That is for sure. Let's get some Go Leafs Go in the chat here, ladies and gentlemen. We're down to the last 5 minutes of the game. The last 5 minutes of the game. I'm shocked, Jonathan, that the Blue Jays have not signed Bo Bichette yet. So I don't know what's going on with that. Are they going after Tucker? I don't know, but I think that's interesting. I wouldn't. I would keep the team the same. I would keep Bo Bichette because I do wonder what that does to the psyche of a team. That's just how I feel about it, though. Let me know how you feel down in the chat. Play is underway. Again, we got 5 minutes left here in the third period. 32 shots to 15 for the Washington Capitals. It's poked away at center. We got a 3-on-1 opportunity. Lorentz to Lawton. He gets stopped by Thompson. They keep it alive, but looks like Washington's going to clear here. Good opportunity. 3-on-1 for the fourth line. That would have been nice. That would have been nice. Thompson's also been good in his limited shots that he's seen in this game. Bad turnover by, I think, Easton Cowan. Watt chips it out to center. It's tipped in by Lorentz. Or Lawton. I got those two mixed up. Leafs need a point here. Need to get to at least overtime here. Backhand shot from McMahon. Puts it back in front. McMahon has a sneaky good backhand. McMahon on the back check. Good play there. Good play by McMahon on the forecheck. Bit of a hold, but you're not going to cut a call now. The Leafs don't even have a power play in this game. Chekrin shoots. Michael has it. Turns. Leonard keeps it alive. Jacob Chikrin scores on a one-timer from the points. 3-2 Capitals. There is just over 3 minutes left in the third period. If Lawton scored on that breakaway, I mean, it's a good box out in front. I think they had, like, I think the Leafs had, like, 5 minutes of zone time this game. Maybe. Maybe. Offside whistle here. This is a tough one to drop, guys. Like, I don't know about tomorrow night. Like, this could get really out of hand here for this team. Like, I know everyone's like, oh, you're only 5 points out of a playoff spot or whatever. And it's true. But, like, holy smokes, man. 3:25 left in the third. I mean, they could still come back with them, right? Nylander's not in the lineup tonight. Who's going to get you that goal? He's been the guy the whole year. He's been the guy the whole year. They can still tie the game, take it to overtime, right? Get a point out of it. It's still possible, but they're being caved in here. Woll has been the savior of this game. Again. Carlson shoots it from the point. It's blocked by Dakota Joshua. McCabe shoots, misses high and wide. It looked good. It looked good for a second. Dakota Joshua's out with... This is the other thing. Like, why do we got these guys on the ice right now? I guess. I don't know. Should have your top guys on, right? Something stinks in that locker room maybe at this point. I don't know what it is. Like, they're not playing. Are they... I still think they're not executing on the system, but, like, at some point, like, you can't miss the playoffs with this squad. Here comes Matthews in on the forecheck. Nothing's happening. They're just chasing the puck at this point. Cowan's out right now. 2-on-1 for the Caps. Strome and Ovi doesn't get the puck over. The Leafs are going to clear it. Michelli gets it over to Nyes. Nyes puts a cross ice to nobody. To nobody. Michelli's out. There's 1:58 left in this third period. .145. Leafs are still in their own zone. I think Wall is going to follow them up if they get it in deep here. Nice play by Cowan to collect it with it, and then he throws it into the middle of nowhere, goes back down the ice. Tavares is going to go back to chase it. Leafs changed up their power play tonight, too. Formation in practice yesterday. 5 forwards. It's icing by the Caps. 1:26 left to go in the third. They changed up their power play formation. 5 forwards back on the power play. Couldn't even use it tonight. They didn't get a single power play. And now we'll see how the 6-on-5 does because they're going to have a face-off in the offensive zone. Looks like there's a timeout being called here by Washington. Yes. Washington has taken a timeout here. Can't believe the Caps are up right now. That's crazy, man. I had a feeling they were going to tie the game. I was like, no way this is just going to go this easily. But to be down right now is just absolutely brutal. Timeout over. Open to take it to overtime here. Open to take it to overtime here. Face off to the right of Logan Thompson. 1:29 left in the third period. Shots 33-17 for the Caps. The Leafs have an empty net and the extra attacker out. It is Tavares, Nicolas Waugh, Matthew Nyes, Austin Matthews. I'm trying to get a look at the other players. I would imagine Easton Cowan might actually be out there. Tavares against Sordov in the draw. What's going on with the officials here? So we got Morgan Riley, Austin Matthews, John Tavares, Easton Cowan, Nicolas Waugh, and Matthew Nyes. And we're about to drop the puck here. Big face-off here. If there's anyone I trust, it's Johnny. And he loses the draw. Puck goes back to the point, though, to Morgan Riley. He gets it kind of close to the net. I don't know. Matthews gets pinned. Somebody help him, please. Leafs dig the puck out. It's sent back. The Caps are going to clear. Riley's got it back. There's 1:10 left in the third. Doesn't look good. Matthews dumps it in. Nobody goes to get it. Like, not hard enough. You pretend that you're chasing. Here's Tavares. He shoots. It's blocked. It's going down. Ovi looks like he's going to collect it. Can somebody attack him? Nice play. Matthews, good back check there by, I think, 44. Back check, you know. He should be back. He's a defenseman. Cowan, too. He loses the puck. The Caps are just... Cowan grabs it. He gets it out to Nyes. Whoa, what a save by Logan Thompson. With 32.5 seconds left. Leafs should call time here. Leafs should call time here. What a save by Logan Thompson on Nyes. I mean, that's the play. Great play by Cowan to keep it in. And it's a good shot. It's a good shot. It's a good shot. I mean, that's what you want to see. It's one of the guys you want with the puck. 32 seconds here. I'm surprised there's no timeout called. The Leafs had a timeout, I thought. Puck gets rimmed around the boards. Protas has it. Nobody's pressuring him. Big closeout by OEL. Matthews has the puck. There's 20 seconds left in the third period. Here comes Matthews to Cowan. Cowan puts it in. Nobody is chasing the puck again. There's 10 seconds left. There's 7 seconds. There's 6 seconds. And it comes out to Tom Wilson, who one-timers it into the net with 1 second left. It is 4-2 Caps. There's 1 second left in the third. Tom Wilson gets his 4th empty net goal of the year, according to Gord Wilson. Caps just killed like 15 seconds there. Game's over. I mean, you don't even come out with a point in this one. Something stinks in that room, guys. Something stinks. I don't know if they're trying to get this coach fired. I don't know what it is. I mean, you won the division last year. I don't know what it is. That's game. That is game. Wow, so the Leafs had a 2-1 lead going into the third, and they lose 4-2. That is horrendous. 4-2 final, ladies and gentlemen. Another horrific loss. Horrific loss. Joshua, I feel like you might be right. Like something, you got to change something up. You lose this game in regulation. This should have been 2 points. And it not even should have been 2 points. You didn't play well enough to get the 2 points. But you're up in the third. And you give up another lead. Your next game after Saturday is against Florida. Like you play the Penguins. Man, this is tough. Could be a lost season at this point. I mean, you head into, like, if they're in the same spot in mid-December, you drop in games like this. Something is needed. A change is needed. That is the end of the broadcast. The Toronto Maple Leafs drop it 4-2. Let's get all the emotions out. Let's get all the thoughts out. Let's get what's going on here, guys. Let's get it out. Let's get it out. Here's Francesco. This team is an embarrassment. It's difficult being a Leafs fan. I want the Leafs to win. Leafs aren't making the playoffs. Outscored by how many? This wasn't close. They get outchanced. That's the biggest thing. I just wonder with this group sometimes. Like I keep it optimistic daily. If you guys are subscribed to the channel, I try to keep it optimistic when we're talking day-to-day stuff, right? But so you know, you can't be negative all the time. You got to put your best foot forward. So I try to keep my coverage of the team optimistic, but something stinks in that dressing room, and I just wonder if like the psyche of this team is completely shot from what's happened over the last 10 years. Like you couldn't get it done and you lose in the first round every year, and I just wonder if they're just cooked mentally, all of them. I don't know. There's a few guys like Tavares is playing well, Nylander's playing well. They're doing what they're doing and it's amplified. They're playing to their strengths. But like, is it the roster construction at this point? Is it Brad Treliving? Because on paper last year, it was like, everything's going great. Does Chris Tanev make that much of a difference? Maybe. He's a great player. It is on the players. It is on the players. On this point. It is. How many coaches you want to go through, right? Like the Babcock thing. Oh, bring in the nice guy, Sheldon Keefe. You bring him in. Nobody's listening to Sheldon Keefe. They don't get it done in the moments that matter. Okay, bring in Craig Berube. He's going to hand you the map on how to win a Stanley Cup. You know, my system is how you can win a Stanley Cup. Nobody's listening. Nobody does it. They dump the puck and they don't get it. And the defensive structure is cooked as well. What's wrong with Stolarz again? Upper body injury. It's worse than they thought. I don't know. He's out for a while. They don't tell us anything in injuries either. Yeah, Morgan Riley, bad coverage on that last goal. Third goal, I should say. 4-2 Capitals final. Same thing every game. It's tough. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in for this watch along. One of the fastest first periods I've ever seen in my entire life. That was absolutely insane. Appreciate everybody for tuning in here. I don't know if we'll have coverage of tomorrow night's game. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Stay up to date with everything going on with the Leafs, but we will have you covered with another video tomorrow. We'll have you covered with another video on Sunday. And Leafs play tomorrow. We'll see what happens then. Penguins are also on a second half of a back-to-back here with travel as well. So see how that plays out. But then you got the Panthers on Tuesday. Doesn't get any easier. See if a trade is on the horizon. I smell like something is happening. Tough loss. Tough loss. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We will see you guys for a video again tomorrow.
Digest your daily dose of gold. Stories of the bold where legends untold. From first puck drop to the season's full. Tune in.